Call this meeting to order. It is Thursday, April 10th, 2025, and it is 1 o'clock, and we're here to discuss planning and zoning disaster service vehicles. And I'll turn it over to James.
We've gone out and asked Dave Smith what they've had available. They came back with a Chevy Colorado 2025, and they came back with a 2025 Equinox, an all-wheel drive. And the values of those, the Colorado was $38,000, and the Equinox was $34,000. We did a trade-in value with the Dodge. See what the values are of those, and they said they would give us $5,700 for that.
Okay, $5,700. So the $5,700 would be like if we're looking at the Dodge, it would be $5,700 less than the $38,000.
Yes,
and
it'd be trade-in value.
Trade-in value
for the Dodge.
Okay. Did you? So we're about $4,000 difference. Did you look at a what was a rack? Was that what we were talking about the last time?
Yeah.
Putting a rack on top. So there would be,
We had talked about the potential of putting a rack if we chose the Equinox.
The Equinox.
Put some sort
So-
of a rack on it.
so that would be an addition. So we're
increase
looking at
$1,300 or so.
It would be an addition.
yeah,
So then they would be really close.
yeah.
Very close. in price.
Okay.
We'll go back to
Okay.
the value versus cheapest price
Mm-hmm.
is the
Yeah.
we
Okay.
presented that we think the vehicle or the truck vehicle would be better.
Would be better
suited to
suited.
the needs
Okay.
for the value.
Okay.
And long-term ownership of the truck is going to hold its value.
Okay. All right. Has the board had time to review it, and I'd entertain a motion?
Just for a point of clarification, we've decided we were going to be funding this how?
Through
Through which?
LATCF.
LATCF.
LATCF is the only one left.
Yep.
Mr. Chairman, I would motion that we authorize the purchase of the Chevy Colorado for the prices listed, $38,097 minus the trade-in value of $5,700.
I'll second it.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
If I might add a clarification, they confirmed day before yesterday that they still had that particular vehicle. If for some reason it's been sold between now and then, we couldn't put it on hold until we had a decision. If they've sold that particular vehicle, would it be something we need to put in a motion to say that dollar amount for a different vehicle? Meaning you've approved the dollar amount, but it might not be this specific vehicle that's on this bid.
Okay.
I think it will be if we go call them today and say, hey, we got a decision,
Yeah.
and say yes, but if for some reason they've sold it in the past 24 hours, we would be looking at a different vehicle. And
Right.
but we could tell them based on the approved price.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So if we have to go with a different vehicle, it would, we've got this as a bid, but if that's not vehicle's
Right.
not available,
I would
I wanna
still bring
clarify.
it to the board
Okay.
if that does happen,
I
just
gotcha.
so we all know
Yeah.
what vehicle is going to be purchased.
So-
in case it's something different.
So the approval would be for $38,097. So
Minus the
minus the
57.
bid,
Yeah.
minus the trade-in.
yeah. So I would safely assume that that's we've approved to spend that much money.
Mhm.
So if you did find that they sold it, you found a same vehicle like that, just bring it back in.
Yeah.
You can say, yeah, we'll do it. Give
Yeah.
it to the.
Okay.
to
Gotcha.
how that-
I just want to
Just let
clarify
the
that so
board
we
know
No,
what
fair
vehicle.
enough.
Yeah.
can
Yep.
clarify the decision so we
Yep.
want to
Mhm.
go a different direction. Cool. Well,
All right.
that's it. I think.
Meeting adjourned.